everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the iRobot Roomba Combo J9 Plus. I did receive the sample directly from iRobot, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product or you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. So how does the Combo J9 Plus stack up against the competition? Well, let's find out. We'll be comparing it not only within iRobot's own product lineup, but also with the 50 plus RoboVac and mops that we have personally tested here in the studio. First up, we like to look at max suction power. This is measured in PAs. Unfortunately, that information is not published or readily available for the J9 Plus or even for any Roomba for that matter, so it's always a mystery to us. But I will point out, if future measurements are any indicator, I'm going to guess it's below the average of 4,000 PAs, but who really knows? Again, just a mystery and just a hunch based off of the next metric, which is max CFM. We record this result ourselves, and usually this is also below average. You want to see both of these metrics really high. That's a good indicator for how good of a job it's going to do deep cleaning in our actual real world tests. But in this case, this actually for 4.8, this is the highest result we've ever gotten on any Roomba. That surpasses the S9 Plus. So it's great to see that. A point above iRobot's average, still below the overall average, but you'll see in our deep cleaning score, we got a score of 95. The best possible score is 100. I have a little star there because I really believe this was a perfect score. There was a little bit of our vacuumed up debris still like in the channel, but not in the dustbin itself. And we had some water still left in the tank and a little bit of it dripped out during the measurement process. So I put a little star there. This could be a perfect score, especially because the regular non-combo J9 Plus that we tested did get a perfect score. So I'm giving it a 95 officially, but there is a really good indicator that this was actually a perfect score. Brand average 89, so always does really well. So you'll see the CFM didn't matter, the PA score being below average because we have above average results where it actually counts. Cleaning in the real world, you'll see we got a score of 89 versus the typical average of 86. Next, let's talk about battery life. This is measured in minutes. We do not know the official battery life on the J9 Plus. We could only speculate. Maybe that'll be released in the future, who knows. From the battery life, we are able to glean from certain models, the average is 103 minutes for Roombas. Typically, it's going to be in that 75 to 90 minute mark. The overall average though is 150 minutes, but that includes vacuums that don't have the capabilities to go back home, recharge, and resume cleaning. Next, let's talk about height. The J9 Plus comes in at 3.4 inches. So since it doesn't use LiDAR navigation with any sort of sensor up at the top and just has the camera and sensor array on the front, we have a little bit of a slight decrease in height. So we're 0.1 inches below iRobot's average and 0.2 inches below the overall average. Next, bin capacity measured in milliliters. This has a 400 milliliter dustbin. The brand average is 380. The overall average is 420, but that includes a mix of vacuums with and without self-empty. So kind of like battery life, it's a moot point here because it can just go back home and empty the bin as needed. This metric matters more if you don't have self-empty. You want that larger bin size because that means less frequent trips to the trash can for yourself. Water tank capacity also measured in milliliters, 210 milliliter water tank capacity. That seems to be the standard across the J and I series vacuums. So it's below iRobot's average of 300 because that includes the BravaJet M6, which is a dedicated mop. So that skews it higher. The overall average, a good mix of vacuums and mops, comes in at 260. So I'd say we're well within range. You do want this to be higher though, because that just means that you do not have to refill it as much. But if you remember, our Combo J9 Plus does have a much larger tank that it can draw and refill that water from. So really, this is off the charts because it's going to be refilling itself. That's just how much it can store in it before it has to go back home and refill. So love having that refill feature. It's a must-have. Next, let's talk about mop lift height. So we don't have a brand average here because iRobot Roombas either don't lift the mop at all Or if you have certain combo units like the Combo J9 Plus, guess what? It lifts it up and out of the way, so the mop lift height is like measured in inches, right? So it will not make contact with your carpets. Love to see that. So it shatters the average here of 8.8 millimeters, which is not enough to avoid contact with most pieces of carpet and rugs out there. So this gets it up and completely out of the way.